Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. It's another paid request, and he wanted me to do a commentary on the film Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. Which is funny as I'm doing this on another hot steaming day in Texas. The new Mission Impossible film came out, which I have not seen, but I've heard only good things about it. But pause at the beginning for those who want to request any type of videos, topics, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, what have you. Feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And 3, 2, 1, pressing play. As I'm watching on the TV here. It's actually been a while since I've seen this film, but I do remember liking the movie. And it's actually my favorite Tom Cruise film, honestly. Because I like the story of the film, I like the concept of the film. I thought it was a lot more funny than I thought it would be. Some entertaining action sequences. Was it Emily Blunt? I liked her in it. And in a way, it's kind of like a video game movie. Because the guy is kind of has these checkpoints, this constant checkpoint that he's in over and over again. You compare it to Groundhog Day, you compare it to a lot of other movies. Of course, this is a get people in the audience caught up as to what's going on in the movie in terms of what's going on with these creatures, with these aliens, with these beings, and what's going on in the world, how they're in the midst of war. And that guy there, of course, he's been in... I remember the first time I saw that guy was 28 Days Later, which I actually saw that in the theater. Brendan Gleeson, I believe is his name. I'm bad with names. And I still remember the moment in the theater where he's looking up and the damn drop of blood gets in his eye and he's freaking out and then knows it's all over. And then Tom Cruise, you do see this development of this character where he at first is this mouthpiece. This mouthpiece to showcase, hey, we can do it. Come join the fight. Kind of like something you would see in Starship Troopers, where it is mouthpiece. Where in reality, it doesn't seem like not much is going on in terms of, what was that, Hillary Clinton? Interesting they have this footage of real life stuff mixed in with this. He says we fight, that's what we do, but he's never been in a fight in his life. The irony of it. But I'm sure Tom Cruise's character took this job to not be in the fight until all of a sudden he's kind of thrust into that. As a guy who's totally inept and out of his element, and that's why he is just fumbling about at the beginning, and because of this repeat of, I don't know if it's been, there probably has been someone who has done the math and how many days or how much time period he actually went through. Because I think someone did that for Groundhog Day as well. And didn't this film come out in 2014? I keep thinking it did. Which, there was a lot of bad movies that year, if that's the case. Yeah, that 2014 Ninja Turtles film that Michael Bay produced, which was an abomination in my opinion. Yeah, the RoboCop remake, PG-13, neutered, crap fest. And this was a nice surprise because I know this is based on some source material that I'd never heard of before. I believe it is. I could be wrong on that. Maybe it's not. Yeah, I'm not an expert on it. You'll be on the beach with the first wave with a camera crew. So at first he's going to be on the beach and with the camera, but because of his decisions here, he puts to a worse situation. He kind of tossed himself into a worse situation here. And, I mean, if he had not done this, who knows? Maybe he'd be on the camera crew and would have died with the rest of his humanity because he would not have gone through that, but yeah, you don't have a choice, buddy. I think this pisses him off even more. I think you got part of the draft. So right here, it's still the midst of being on the beach with a news crew, and this is where he puts himself in the hole, so to speak. Now you just screwed yourself over, buddy. Now he's going to make sure you don't come home, so to speak. But yeah, what I enjoyed about the film was I like Tom Cruise as an actor. I've liked him in quite a few films throughout the years. I liked a good chunk of the Mission Impossible movies. Born on the 4th of July is a very solid performance from him. You know, I don't mind films like Jerry Maguire and stuff of that nature. And I'm trying to think of other movies. I did not mind Oblivion. Came out not too long before this, I believe. And you find out this is going to be the start of his day. You're going to get used to this whole shot here. But, like I said, I am a fan of Tom Cruise. I'm not really into his Scientology bullshit. I'm on other stuff, and him going nuts on Oprah Winfrey, like going on the couch and jumping on the couch, all that stupid shit. But I will admit, nowadays he's one of those guys that people seem dependable on in terms of entertainment. Whether it be Top Gun Maverick, whether it be the new Mission Impossible film, whether it be other stuff. So he's like compared to other stars, like he's in a way one of the last major movie stars, if you think about it. I'm Bill Paxton. That was another great addition, having Bill Paxton here. In a way, it's kind of like he graduated from, Hudson in Aliens to playing kind of a Sergeant Apone character here in Edge of Tomorrow. But yeah, Bill Paxton, he was just a lot of fun in this. In fact, was it a Sergeant Apone in Aliens? And here he plays a sergeant? But yeah, Bill Paxton, from Hudson and Aliens to his role in Near Dark to You're an American? No, sir. I'm from Kentucky. But again, always loved him as an actor. Twister, I'm a fan of. He did a good job making this film called Frailty, which he directed and he starred in. That's a very solid movie. And solid because his medical procedure, that from what I understand, was supposed to be just a typical thing. There was some screw up, some mess up, something happened, he died, and it was just so sad to hear. Died way too young. Way too young, man. Only heard nice things about the guy. Again, very sad to hear. So he's been called a deserter and impersonating an officer. So it's just interesting when you see the way his character is at this point, and then just how throughout time he becomes much more sure, much more confident, much more knowledgeable. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I can enjoy a lot of those type of stories where you just see this development, this of the character, how he learns more, how he engages more, how he. It's just interesting when you see the same situation then play out differently, with the more knowledge gained as time goes on. And get my phone and edge of the knife, crack of my ass. It's like, I ain't eating no damn playing cards. Pretty much a character that knows if he goes out there he's gonna die. He doesn't know what else to do. So yeah, this is a 2014 film. And lo and behold, a film that did not need to be 2.5, 3 hours long. It's under 2 hours and it achieved its goal. Now the director, Doug Liman, he did The Bourne Identity. He worked with Tom Cruise again in American Made. But yeah, I think the Bourne Identity is where he's most famous for. Famous for some of his films I'm not a fan of. I mean, I'm not a Bourne Identity guy. Jumper I was not a fan of. I didn't mind Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Apparently it's part of the Roadhouse remake, which I forgot they were doing that with Jake Gyllenhaal. Forgot that was still even a thing. Adapted from All You Need Is Kill, which I never read that. And this is a film that I really liked the trailer. I liked the music they used. this is not the end. But I guess for some reason people didn't really get into the marketing, or they just didn't really they weren't really sure on the movie, because the movie, I mean, it wasn't a flop, but it wasn't like this mega blockbuster either. 8.6 IMDb, 91% Rotten Tomatoes. A lot of people like myself enjoyed the film. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe it's 7.9 now. Yeah, 7.9 now. I love these suits. These are really cool looking suits. These mechanized suits. Talk about being combat ready with these damn suits. Love the aesthetic of them. In late 2009, 3 Arts Entertainment purchased the rights to All You Need Is Kill and sold its best script to the American studio Warner Brothers. Filming began late in 2012. Spent over 100 million advertising. Edge of Tomorrow. Grossed 370.5 million worldwide in its theatrical run. So, considering the budget and the marketing, it didn't really do well, and that's a shame compared to other movies. I mean, I don't mind Top Gun Maverick, but I would say I like this film a lot more than Top Gun Maverick, and this film never got to make that much money. Tom Cruise still wanted to get away, but he never will. But yeah, it was 2014. I mean, then pretty much in this war, this is sort of their D-Day, so to speak. And Tom Cruise is this terror that kind of knows he's going to die, and his hope probably is to find a place to hide. I mean, it's kind of shitty of these other people to be mocking him this way, and it's like, lo and behold, the guy doesn't want to die. It is kind of shitty. I mean, you don't train him at all. He doesn't even know how to turn off the safety on his weapon. He doesn't get any training in this suit and this stuff. You just you just sent him out there to die. I mean, what purpose does that do? It just, I don't know. I mean, he might be a bit scared, but I mean, lo and behold, he wants to be alive. He wants to survive. I know that's such a fucking crime, right? Drop it. Like, he doesn't know how to do any of this because you didn't teach him anything. And that's what was interesting, him playing this character that just completely scared, doesn't know what to do, is so new and virgin to all this stuff. And as you see throughout the film, his change, his confidence, his gunmanship, all that stuff just grow. Really like the visuals in this movie. I think they did a pretty good job with this. And this thing is it's a good sci-fi action movie with spectacle, but at the same time it's a lot funnier than you would think, has a lot more character work than you think, and there. He's just fumbling about. He doesn't even know how to take the safety off his damn gun. So that guy got hit literally. He was being electrocuted in his own suit. Yeah, he doesn't even know how to fucking turn off his damn thing. That's a nice little detail as someone's like on fire on their suit. And this guy just surviving by luck and luck alone. I think also at this point, just you're also realizing that they're just losing this battle and things are not going so well. Cause I think Emily Blunt like fucks him over, like you don't matter type of thing. Was that really a great likable thing for the character? But she's holding her own, taking them out with a sword. I think just cool looking gun. I mean, it does feel like an anime type of thing, like the guns and the ones coming out the shoulders and shooting at the shit. Even with the big sword, looks like sword you would see in a Final Fantasy game or something. Oh shit. Okay, it's not this one, it's another one. Okay. I'll think of a guy ahead of myself. I think that's another time where they do that. They're not supposed to know we're coming. Walk to a slaughterhouse. Because the creatures have this way of knowing the future. Was just to how this guy tapped into and is able to keep going back for quite a while. Quite a few times. And you find out later that Emily Blunt went through the same thing. Oh shit. Man, they're doing topsy-turvy over here. I like the big sense of chaos going around in this sequence. I mean, it's shaky cam, but it's not. I've seen more nauseating types of shaky cam. Even in the Bourne Identity films, I thought it was more nauseating. It's like I can't really feel sorry for these other guys getting killed because you were laughing at Tom Cruise getting killed, and he's the one still alive compared to you guys. Oh, he finally was able, even as a newbie, was able to get a couple. Just them being happy to finally do something. Oh shit. Reload. Front toward enemy. There you go. Ooh. God, that was nasty. Half his fucking face is gone and boom. It's one of those things you think, wait a minute, that's never happened to someone before? Then you find out, yeah, it has happened to someone before, and it's Emily Blunt's character. I guess with that amount of battle, you think it would have happened maybe a lot more often, but maybe not. Kind of funny, he says Judgment Day. I'm sure you go to a whole religious allegory about it where Judgment Day may be this type of purgatory where you relive the same day over and over again, trying to make up for your past sins in order to maybe purge yourself of these sins, make yourself to a better human being, and I'm trying to think of something deep about it. That maybe by purging your past sins, you'd be a much better individual in the future. Be who you can be in the army. And I'm going to get some soda. I'll be right back. I'll leave this going so I don't interrupt the... Sorry I'm so out of it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just this heat in Texas. It's like everywhere in the U.S. being hot as hell or what the deal is. Probably just sitting back and enjoying the film because it's been so long since I've seen it. Really enjoy the stuff. But there's sort of this level of confusion as to what the hell's going on here. I see all the mix of emotions throughout it. There's fear. Confusion, determination. There's even a point it seems like he just gives up and says, fuck it. Did kind of like what happened with Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. Because it's a way of examining, as pretentious as it sounds, the human condition. We have the same event. There's part of you that wants to be a brave soldier. There's part of you that's a scared coward. There's part of you that wants to do the right thing, is determined. There's a part that just, you just don't give a fuck anymore. This is all the range of emotions that goes through you on any number of day. But yeah, there's been a few movies that have done that where they repeat the stuff over and over again. Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, for example. There's the TV show. X-Files did an episode called Monday. Ah, there you go. There's a hole in my chest. Took his battery. Well, I guess if there's a hole in his chest, he can't really do much. Holy fuck! And then just a full metal bitch, so... Of course, he's not gonna believe him. And just him trying. I mean, I think in a weird way is relatable with how would you explain to people what's going on here? How would you explain it to people? You're trying to make people believe that you can see into the future, that you relive the day over and over again. How do you do it? And of course, they don't. This is a great cut too. This is why I mean that at times is pretty funny as well. Did you not expect in this cut because with the duct tape? Why are you asking what is he saying? He's got duct tape on his fucking mouth. You shouldn't have duct taped his mouth if you want to know what he wants to say. You idiots. It's like, how many times does he have to warn people before people finally fucking... and then he gets crushed. Rinse and repeats. Live, die, repeat. Live, die, repeat. And I mentioned video game is like a checkpoint of a video game. You're at the checkpoint of the video game, and you keep dying, and then you go, okay, turn left instead of right. Go up instead of down. Which way do you go? Which way can you... That's it's sort of the black humor too of just you see this guy die over and over again, and sometimes it does come off really funny. See, he's always done it before they knew this. And now Emily Blunt is realizing what he's doing. Same thing she did. That's the look on her face. And that's the thing, it's like, wow, he could do all this, so that means, like, all the number of times that this stuff happened. Come find me when you wake up. So right there is his next move. I do like this bit. Well, Ashley's coming up. I always think of the bit where he tries to roll under the truck and he fails. Because a lot of times, okay, people do that. They do it perfectly. Well, what if they didn't? And they roll and he gets accidentally run over. And Bill Paxton's line of dialogue is pretty funny. Now he's trying to be. He's sort of his public relations persona. Trying to figure out how they do. It's in a way you can feel yourself in Tom Cruise's position of what more, what am I supposed to do? What can I do? What should I do next? Just I wouldn't know what to do next. Okay, if I play my cards right, I'm calm. I'll be part of the group more, and they won't fuck with me, and then maybe I'll find a way to escape. And this is the bit coming up where he's trying to go do his Ethan Hunt. Grab this Sarge. Okay, so he's done this before. Like, he knows he don't say push-ups. So this isn't the first time he's done this, because he already knew it'd be push-ups. If he's going to do it, but he doesn't quite get the timing right. What the hell were you thinking? I guarantee you they got a laugh out of the audience too, because it's unexpected. It makes it much more interesting. Rinse and repeat. I mean, repetition. It's like you look at speed runs. When people do speed runs, and when people do speed runs, they do certain things in a repetitious nature to get the desired effect. Jump here, do this, shoot that, do this. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. But I look at Tom Cruise's filmography, and I look here and I go, okay, and he had Top Gun Maverick, which I don't mind. He had Mission Impossible Fallout, which I really enjoyed. 2017 wasn't a good year. The Mummy and American Made, two films that didn't do well, two films I wasn't big on. Yeah, Jack Reacher Never Go Back, which I thought was a disappointing sequel, but Mission Impossible Road Nation I really enjoy. Edge of Tomorrow is my personal favorite of his. Oblivion, Oblivion I did not mind. I don't mind the first Jack Reacher. I did not mind Night and Day. He was wonderful in Tropic Thunder. Collateral is great. That's definitely one of my favorites of his. Few Good Men, Days of Thunder. But you think about it, I mean, not every film he's done has been a hit. I mean, whether it be... What was that film? Line for Lambs, or Valkyrie, or Rock of Ages, or... What was that one movie? Far and Away. I think the trailer for this is great. I like the way it's edited. I think the marketing team did a good job with that. I don't know, maybe the title, Edge of Tomorrow, but at the same time, Edge of Tomorrow does fit. You're on the edge of tomorrow. Like, you can't quite get to tomorrow. You're at the edge of it. You gotta repeat over. It's actually a fitting title, but maybe with people thought of just a typical sci-fi invasion movie. So they didn't really see how it was much more interesting than that. It was a lot funnier than people would assume. I think maybe that also helped too when people saw it. People just assumed. So now I was going to show them there's a little bit of our plot advancement. Of course, one of those movies that you have find the one central thing. If you kill that one central thing, you'll win the war, or you'll win the battle. Whether it be the mother brain, or whether it be, I'm trying to think of the movie. That's one of the. That's happened in a lot of movies where if you have such a big, vast army, there's no way we could defeat it. Well, thankfully, there's this one thing. We destroy this one thing, or this one power source, or this one creature, or we infect this one creature, or your rain of fire. There's one male dragon. If we kill one male dragon, then their ability to reset the day. As like they still couldn't really explain it fully, so they just try to set up this line of maybe its only vulnerability is humanity. As like, well, what the fuck does that mean? And they're like, I don't know. It's like we couldn't quite figure that out, or maybe the source material couldn't quite get the details. But it's sci-fi. Fuck it. You either go with it or you don't. So this guy's like a public relations guy, and then now he's been found out that more than likely you're what stand between human evolution and extinction. Have you seen anything strange? Are you shitting me? That's why moments like that of levity. But at the same time, it's not a Marvel type of film where it's humor every 5 minutes. It's humor that fits into the proceedings. So, sooner or later, he's going to start seeing these visions. trying to remember how she lost the power. They might have said it already. But how she lost the power. But I forgot what it was, though. Sorry about that. Wait to have these visions, tell you where this Omega thing is. You will be soon. So every day you come back here and you train. I did another evolution where he doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know how to do it. And here you have like a strong female, but and a male bumming about. But it's not because to show one's better than the other. It's to show a development of a character. You did enter on the field, you better make sure you die. Okay, here she explains it. I was hit, bleeding out, just not fast enough. Field hospital. 3 pints of someone else's blood and I was out. Okay. So, transfusion. We should start over. Wait, what? Get shot in the face. Rinse and repeat. It makes you wonder how many times she has killed him. Damn. These are some massive fucking hits. And this is kind of like when you're in a video game and you're fighting a boss battle and you keep losing over and over again, so you're waiting for a pattern, you try to remember a pattern or things of that nature. Have you tried sex? How many times? Ooh. Damn. See, like, I wonder here, like, just how many days has this been of retrying this over and over again? I think this is his first vision. Again, I don't know how many days this has been, weeks this has been, maybe even months this has been. I don't know, there's not really a sure way of showcasing it, I guess. Just how many times he's had this conversation over and over again. So it's how you have to be wondrous in having the conversation the first time, but if it's the 85th time you're having the conversation, you're kind of nonchalant and go, okay, this is what it is, blah, 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 blah. I did this, you have this, you have 2 fingers behind your back, blah, 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 blah. You have to take that into consideration in the performance. So now it's first making him a bit combat heavy and ready, and now how to get off this fucking beach. Well, so much for that. Yeah, I love those weapons. So cool. And the more it goes on, the more it becomes a badass. The more he's able to kick ass and take names. Both on this battlefield, by the end of the movie. And also this constant thing of just seeing this woman die over and over and over again, what that could do to your psyche, what could that do to your headspace. And you see this look on his face where, obviously the more time you spend with someone, the more you get used to them and maybe start liking them, and then seeing her die over and over again, it could mess with your head. So obviously he's been through this before. Now you have this defeated look on his face, just, it's like no matter what I can do, I can't get this lady off the fucking beach. And that's sort of also the worry you have of how do you do this without making it seem boring, as in how do you keep showing the same stuff over and over again, but you make it still interesting to the audience so they don't feel it's too repetitious, too repetitive. And here's a bit where he just gave up and just said, fuck it, I'm gonna have a drink. Because again, I don't know how long this has been. This has been months? Couple months? How much time period has passed for him? Well, it's been a day for most. So you gotta find like the first, have him do some things for the first time that give a bit of interest to the audience, so that again they don't feel too repetitive in the sequence or such. ready to take over this whole fucking city right here, right now. Just sort of a showcase that nowhere is safe. So, I mean, if I don't die here, I might as well get here and try to fight. That's for me, it's sort of, what is this? Being a badass here. Taking all this shit down, left, right, and center. Take his anger out, how you want to put it. No matter how carefully we plan, we can't get off that beach. And yes, if you hear that background, it's I live in the middle of nowhere. That is roosters and stuff in the background, if you're wondering. So now it's like, okay, what if you do it yourself? What if, yeah, I die in that, but you do it yourself? And now they're both working together in tandem with each other, both being badasses. That's the thing, you may have a strong female, but it's not detrimental to the other. This is a fucking badass here. Just kicking ass and taking names and working together. Nice. The new guy, what's his name again? The minivan and the green SUV. So we can't. Well, I mean, technically they were able to get off the beach, so he was wrong about that. That's just a very rousing action film that, it's like an hour has passed by and it's passed by quick. So there's like 53 minutes, and of those 53 minutes, there's the end credits, which at least will be like 5 minutes or so. Among other stuff. Okay, so we know this is the vehicle. And I will say they use a lot of good practical stuff in this. I mean, there's CGI, but it's good usage of practical mixed in there. I think it's just of recent years when you look at it in films like Edge of Tomorrow, which didn't set the boxes on fire, but you talk to a lot of people about how this is a good movie, and they're right. I'm guessing, looks like some of the vehicle stuff was done practical, then they add in like the CGI creature thing. But that's really cool, like, just being... that looks like a real explosion, like that's a real explosion, and it just... Real explosion, real stuff that they rid to have it come apart, then they added in this CG robotic creature thing in there. The mimic. Sorry, now I'm just watching the film. So it was a person she loved and watched him die hundreds of times. But just like Tom Cruise's watch her die all those times. I will admit, they kind of try to put a little bit of a love story angle, and I don't think it was needed. Because not every movie needs a love. I mean, it's not a detriment or anything. I'm just saying, you know, not every movie needs a love story. It's one of my issues with Daylight. I like Daylight with Sylvester Stallone, but it's like they kind of try to put like a love story between Sylvester Stallone and Amy Brenneman, and just don't buy it. It's like, nah, I don't know about that type of thing. And of course, he's been here before, and there's a reason why he came here. At least I believe so. Like I said, I apologize. It's been a while since I've seen this. And, I mean, it's not the most talkative commentary because, number one, yeah, I think the realization, yeah, you realize he's done this before. Because I think they mentioned if you get in the helicopter, they get killed, stuff of that nature. 10 minutes and then I'm killing you. Casey's found this coffee before. That's a nice realization. How did you know she took her coffee that way? Yep, there's the realization. We've done this before. Sorry, I'm just sucked into the film and I'm just concentrating on what's being said again. No matter what I do, this is as far as you ever make it. I listened to the guy. And she should know more than anybody how that is. Just listen to the guy. Just so stubborn. But I guess for her, it's like, I'm going to do this no matter what. Go kill the Omega. There are a lot of CGI heavy use here. Which I did, because it's dangerous to have a real fucking helicopter in the damn thing. That bit with the car was practical. I did like that. I appreciate that aspect. I like the fact I'm just killing this creature with an axe, sort of primeval in his ass. I think it's this moment. That's the thing. You have the main character getting many moments to shine, character development, grow as a person, grow more courage, grow more to fight for the good of the group, be less selfish. You went from a coward and all this stuff to this bit here. So that's her real middle name. Imagine just how many times, like, the 400th time when you have to hear the same shit over and over again. At times you'd be despondent about it and just going with the flow, so to speak. And he's like, well, if there's no way to save her, there's no reason to be here. I learned what I could. Time to move on. Now he's got that mile-long stare of, if I can't save this girl, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, he sees a dead guy walking. Now he's like, fuck it, these people don't want to die. Fuck it, I'm gonna find this fucking thing. Let's see what I can do. Now he's in that fuck it mentality. Fuck it all. Like Robert Williams would say in his stand-up. Take that pill. This pill's called fuck it all. So he kills the creatures, takes the helicopter, just find this thing, just fuck it all. So yeah, he gets his vision of the dam, but I don't think this is where the creature's at. So I was like, what the fuck do I do now? I don't know where this place is at. It's a cool looking place. I don't know how much of this is CGI, like the outside portions. And CGI has its place. I mock it a lot. It can have its place. It's just like with any other tool, when it gets overused, it gets overused to a detriment. And then we have all these techniques that we've abandoned. And it's like, why are we abandoning all these techniques that worked for years and years to just concentrate on this one thing? You know, you can still do matte paintings, but you do maybe matte paintings and clean up a bit or finesse it a bit more, or all sort of stop motion animation, but all this other stuff. Well, is that real? Well, do people really look at CGI and really know that's real? Once in a while, yes. I'm not going to say never because that's not true. Once in a while, yes, but not as often as some people think and assume. Oh shit. Ah, one of those guys. It's like the creature knows what it wants to do or something of that nature. Is this going to be drowning? The visions were a trap. It was after my blood. They know who you are, they want their power back. again, I just let me look at the. Also, I was talking about like Groundhog Day. There's other stuff that have done that. I always think Groundhog Day with Bill Murray became such. It's weird to say seminal movie, so maybe that's saying it too big, but it was a box office hit. People liked it. It's a good movie, good comedy, but that concept struck with people so much that any time, even though it was done before, any time that concept comes up, you always say, "Oh, it's like Groundhog." It does the Groundhog Day thing. It's like Groundhog Day. I like Brendan Gleeson's reaction. But yeah, there was Freaky. What? No, not Freaky. That's a different one. What was it? Oh my god, why can't I remember the title of it now? The girl that she dies from a slasher villain and she keeps coming back again and again. Happy Death Day. And there's Happy Death Day too, but Happy Death Day where she gets killed, she wakes up over and over again the same day to that it's my birthday. Yeah, Happy Death Day. So there's that one, which I liked. Also, there's a TV show called Daybreak, which I actually have over here. Sadly, it was only lasted one season because it wasn't successful. But Daybreak starred Taye Diggs, and he played a police officer whose girlfriend is killed, and there's corruption all along the police department, and he's going to get framed for a crime he didn't commit, and it turns back over and over again to repeat. And it's one of those things where yeah, that was a fun show. I wish it lasted longer. You got to have Adam Baldwin, Mitch Pileggi from Shocker and the X Files, Adam Baldwin from Full Metal Jacket, Predator 2. They were featured in the show. Tom Cruise does a good job because this reaction here where so what do we do now? I don't know if I've got this far. That's sort of well, he has a certain look you can tell where he's just oh shit, this actually worked. Oh shit, we're actually here. Oh shit, what do we do now? Well, there you go. Interesting effect to have on his eyes, and There you go. Thank God we have this device. The loot. Ah, okay, this is where we find the source. A garage underneath the museum. And sees it. You know, I'm surprised she didn't shoot him now. Like, you know it's in the Louvre in Paris, why you don't shoot him now? I find that very out of character for her. That she just doesn't just shoot him right now. So many other times she's so quick to shoot him. But here you go. Nope, doesn't have the damn power anymore. That's why it was so. I mean, it's so surprising that as soon as he said it's the Louvre in Paris, she pulls out the gun and shoots him. That seemed like what her MO was usually. So that's why I find pretty surprising. But I mean, you knew eventually this would have to happen. Eventually, you would have to have no power. Fucking nurse. God damn that nurse. Because you have to have up the states, because if the states was, well, if we lose, I could just go back. But if you actually have a moment where can't, well, you can die, you get one shot, as Eminem would say. You only get one shot. Now the states are, yeah, I mean but that makes sense for a plot. It makes sense to do that. You have, as the movie goes on, you have to up the stakes more and more. It doesn't get repetitive, even though it's about the same day repeating over and over again. And it's okay, well, we're on the beach, can't be the beach. We go to this farmhouse, can't be this. Well, it's not a farmhouse, but you know, where the helicopter was. Okay, yeah. We see the story ratchet up. We just met you. They think you're not following me. I mean, I wouldn't really say we got to really know these other supporting characters, so I can't really say, oh, I care if they live or die. Maybe that's one. I mean, that's kind of a catch-22. Like, do I really want the movie to take time out to get to know these people? I mean, you don't. I don't want to take away from the Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt, because that's the strongest part. So they're in there long enough for you to recognize them and be a part of this third act. So, I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you spend more time, you still might not give a shit, and then you've spent a longer running time, maybe a pacing that gets laggier and all this other stuff. Yeah, not all of you are going to make it. But I guess, yeah, gotta have some expendable assets. You're about to be expended. Oh shit. Yeah, time to drop. Ooh, shit. Take care of those guys. Well, thankfully they went into the water and then just laying and I'll be right back. Sorry about that, had to get something done, but I am back. And if you're following along, I'm 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 36 seconds. I did 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 36 seconds. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. As Tom Cruise is in the water. Thank God he landed in the water and then land on, just, can you imagine? Land just a little bit further to the left or right and blown up to smithereens. Credits. But because he can't reset now, things are a bit more dire in terms of circumstances. We're trying to do this tonight because tomorrow we're going to be at war. A lot of people are going to die, so we're trying to save them, as well as save the world. I know there was thoughts of maybe one day doing a sequel, but I think thankfully that's been put, the kibosh has been put on that, so to speak, because we don't need a sequel. Not every movie needs a sequel. And what more do you do with a sequel? I mean, they're winning the war. Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt's character are doing well. Well, you don't have a repeat again. It'd just be the same thing, or redundant, or repetitive. What, they don't add like a creature also that deals with dimensions as well? So there's like an evil Tom Cruise and an evil Emily Blunt and a good version of the creatures, or it's another world where things are reversed, where humanity is taking over these mimics, and mimics are the good guys and the humans are the bad guys. And so the good Tom and Emily Blunt of one and the good machines of the other join together to battle the bad of one, and the good of the humans help the machines battle the bad humans, and the good machines help the humans battle the bad machines. So you have 3 men down, scant few left. Well, it's going to have to work, otherwise you're all fucked. And sadly, they're going to die because you can't reset the day, so there you go. It's sad we don't have Bill Paxton among this. I think that would have been cool. If somehow, some way, Bill Paxton uh, somehow believed in this and they joined it and it was the 3 of them, that'd be cool if Bill Paxton was among this group. I like Bill Paxton. I miss the guy a lot. May he rest in peace. So I'm always down for more Bill Paxton. Sadly, we will never get that for future, but it's nice to enjoy his work in the past. And some of his better films, he dies in, sadly. Aliens, Predator 2, Tombstone. But he doesn't die in Twister, and I love Twister, so there's always that. But yeah, a lot of his classics. I mean, Hudson, he dies in Aliens. He dies in Predator 2. Near Dark, he's a great villain, and he dies in that, of course. Frailty, good movie. He dies in that one. Oh shit! Taken down one by one, and now there's only 2 of them left. I guess that's the thing. At the end, you make the circumstances seem more and more dire. So nope, you can't reset. Now the team has been killed, and there's only 2 of you left. You were the sacrificial lamb. Again, and you get some fun moments for you here with the shine, like this bit here, where he literally has to be hanging outside of the damn ship and shooting the shit out of these creatures. I will say the design of the robotic creatures, they're okay, but they remind me of the ones in the Matrix. I don't know, they were called the Sentinels or something like that. I forget what they're called. They do remind me of the Matrix, and so it's nothing that memorable. The designs of them, like I say, they're fine. They work for what they have to do. But like I said, they just remind me of the ones in the Matrix in the real world, trying to get the Nebuchadnezzar and other ships, what's left of humanity. I mean, you just say even the mech suits can remind you of Matrix Revolutions, when at the end they're protecting Zion, and those same type of things. Yeah, it's not the first movie to do that, but I'm just saying that's a movie before this that had that similar looking thing. But I will say I like the way these mech suits look better than Matrix Revolutions. And while I actually liked that movie, the third Matrix film, I do like this film a lot more. I tell you, you get Tom Cruise with shotgun fun. I'm always down for shotgun fun. I know this sounds weird, but whenever someone's using shotgun in movies and kicking ass, it's always a cheap and easy but fun experience. Maybe not cheap, but well, maybe not easy either. But I mean, just being. Sometimes I'm easily satisfied. You get some shotgun fun. I'm like, yeah. I don't know what it is, just something about it. The powerful force of the shotgun, destructive force to take care of bad guys 1, 2, and 3. Tell get the fuck out of my face. As the son would say, it's getting kind of hectic. God, you get any darker, I'm going to need night vision in my eyes to see anything. Okay, I was wondering if they did kiss. But I mean, you know, it works. They don't go too heavy in the romance, so. You know, I mentioned before, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, a romantic thing, but I mean, like I said, they don't go too heavy on it, so. They don't take, hey, let's take 5 minutes off this dire situation to get some nookie or something. And it's definitely my favorite sci-fi Tom Cruise film because I don't mind War of the Worlds. I like the film, although I do have issues with it. I don't mind Minority Report. There's never a film I loved, but like I don't mind it. I'm trying to remember about this ending because something about he destroys it, but then like all this group gets into him. And it's like he goes like really far back in time or something like that. Like it resets, but when it resets, it kills it or something. Bullseye. He's dying, but pop goes the weasel. I think he just completely enveloped into this whole thing. I'm sure in one, I bet there was a conception of ending it right here. You know, they gave their lives, they're able to defeat the bad guys and self-sacrifice, and there you go. But here we go, we have this stuff here just being completely and consuming him. And it took him real far back before he even landed. And this one, again, it's kind of like, okay, it reset, but I guess maybe the idea is that he reset it? But or the creature reset? I think they do explain it, but it's still a bit fuzzy to me. But I know it's sci-fi, but still, it's like, just before sunrise this morning, a large surge of injury was detected in Paris. I mean, this is a creature that can reset things no matter what, so I guess in a way, explosion, it kind of maybe it accidentally reset itself, but then doing so kind of made it. Like I said, I go along with it, but I will say it's a bit confusing. It's like I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like, well, I just chalk it up to sci-fi stuff. And she's not going to remember anything, so I guess now this is him to introduce himself to her. I don't think it goes further than that. But I guess with, like, okay, if we did a sequel, technically the war hasn't officially ended, so I guess you just say maybe there'd be room for it. But, you know, it's fine the way it ends here as well. Nice way to end it, just this pure joy on his face. It's time to meet you officially. I mean, it does seem a bit kind of weird watching at the end of the ending. It kind of feels. If there's a weak part of the film, I guess it would be this. Watch it again after not seeing it for so long, where it just kind of. Okay, he goes back. Either he reset it by himself reset. It has to be him reset it because that's how he has all that stuff. He accidentally resets it, but by resetting it to there, it also caused the creature at that time to fuck up, explode, or something, or however you want to put it. And you know, he has that look on his face, which is a great part with Tom Cruise, but you know, there's no conversations, there's no heart to heart, there's no final tit for tat in terms of conversation between the two. Maybe them having a drink at a bar or something. I don't know. It's not something that bothers me too much, but it's one of those that maybe I just wish there was a little bit more to it. But overall, still a fun, entertaining, satisfying movie. At times funnier than you would think it would be. Like the aesthetics of the suits. A lot of action sequences. It goes at a good pace. Doesn't get boring. It's a nice roller coaster popcorn movie. Like the concept. Good ideas filtered throughout it. Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt did a wonderful job. Bill Paxton, may rest in peace. Always great to see him watching these older movies. Great talent. Gone way too soon. Brendan Gleeson did a good job as well. The other supporting members, the group, they seem kind of stereotypical grunts, trying to sound badass. Yeah, maybe that's one nitpick there. That they were just kind of stereotypical, not much to them. The ending, maybe I just want a little bit more, either between Emily and Tom Cruise, or just a little bit more extra. And the creatures, the designs, not remarkable. Again, like I repeated, similar to the creatures in the Matrix, stuff of that nature. But overall, still a very entertaining movie. And should have done better at the box office. Should have done a lot better in the box office, but it is what it is. And features, there's not a whole lot with features. It's pretty much, while I'm looking at it, there's something called Storming the Beach, which is 8 minutes long. They talk about filming that sequence. There's deleted scenes, about 7 minutes worth. Which, yeah, I don't remember what these deleted scenes were. One is that when he gets out of the water near the finale of the movie, or in the finale of the movie, there's a bit where he's getting out of the water and he sees a horse there. Yeah, I don't know why the fuck that would be. No wonder that was deleted. Yeah, deleted scenes that didn't really add up much to it. Talk about some of the weapons, talk about some of the creatures. On the Edge with Doug Liman. Well, that's 42 minutes long, so that's the longest feature interview with him. So at least there's that. But the menu really isn't much. It's just pretty much a picture of Tom and Emily Blunt and just play, scene selections, audio, subtitles, special features. It's not even like a moving image, just a still picture. So kind of a lazy menu for a film like this. Pretty strange, but it is what it is. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.